Meditation is a must to open the channel of communication with our guides. Recently, a client asked me for some meditation tips to communicate with our guides. And so today I'm sharing with you my 5 golden rules to meditate in this 5th video of the Invisible Accessible series. So firstly, I advise you to create an altar that will be a sacred Zen space that the guides will recognize as the space where you always go to meditate and prepare yourself to contact them. On this altar, you can have crystals, significant objects, objects that relate to the 4 elements, for example, a plant for earth, a candle for fire, a feather for air, or a small fountain or shells for water. Also, it's a place where you should be able to sit in silence and not be disturbed, ideally. Second tip is find the technique that works for you. Firstly, check if you prefer to meditate standing, sitting, or in movement. I really don't advise to lie down because you might fall asleep and that will not bring you any results. So check with yourself. If you're not very flexible like me, you might prefer to sit on a chair or sit on a bed. There are meditation cushions and you can put blocks under your knees that can help. So find how you're the most comfortable physically. If you prefer to move, you can do yoga, dancing, or just go for a walk, but it needs to be done in meditation setting. Also find the type of meditation that works well for you. Some people like mindfulness, some people like to count the breaths, some help to activate the chakras, activate the inner body, say mantras, or just fix a candle. So you need to do some trial and error to find what works best for you. I would ask you to avoid guided meditations, visualizations, and also listening to music because you need to be very concentrated. Now, of course, we always have thoughts that come and go. That's very natural. So just let the thoughts come and go. That is the exercise, and smile every time you realize that you were thinking about something and recenter yourself. As for duration, it depends for everybody. So also, again, you need to do some trial and error. If you are a beginner, try with just 3 to 5 minutes per day. I cannot assure you you will get results to contact the guides, but that's the first step to learn to meditate. And if 15-20 minutes is too much for you, just start with 3 or 5. But usually 15 to 20 minutes is a good duration to contact the guides. Personally, I feel like 20 minutes is really the sweet spot to be really in the zone. Now, my third tip is to meditate in love. And that is because love is the Wi-Fi to get that connection with the guides. That is the vibration that they will recognize and will be drawn to. And to do so, what I suggest is to breathe in love and then breathe out all negativity, all the things that you don't need. And when you feel like you've breathed out all the negativity, some people just imagine the negativity as a wisp of smoke going out of them. You can do it like you want. You can imagine the words going out of your mouth and then leaving you, the feelings leaving you. Once that is done, you can just inhale love and exhale love. Now, my fourth tip is to bathe in light. To feel the connection with the guides and their protection, what I suggest is to open the crown chakra. And what I do is that I literally imagine a little trapdoor going toop, and I'm allowing in the divine light to come through me from my crown chakra all the way through my root chakra. And that way you feel protected, and it's also very, very soothing. And once you have that light inside you, you can imagine that you expand it in your whole body, in every part of your body, and then after that you can expand it outside of your body. Personally, I imagine that I'm in an egg of light. Some people imagine all other kinds of things. They imagine a shield of light, so find what works best for you. And then finally, you need to protect yourself and speak to your guides. So when calling the guides, I suggest you to come down with your own incantation of protection. Personally, what I do is that I ask for my benevolent spirit guides to come, my guides who protect me, and I'm asking that all information comes from the highest source and that it's an information that is in my best interest. If you are into angels, you can also call Archangel Michael and ask him to protect you. And then once this is done, you can just talk to your guides. And when doing so, please be very direct. If you ask them, can you give me tips about being more patient, being more open? They will answer yes. You will go, okay, I didn't get much. That's because they are saying, yes, we can. Now be very direct, say, okay, now I'm listening, share with me your tips on being more open, and you should start getting some guidance. And when it is done, remember to thank your guides, and you can signify that this session is over. There are many different ways. I know some people like to use little bells and go ding. Personally, I usually say session over. So it really doesn't have to be complicated. And I suggest for you to try it. There's a learning curve and you need to do some trial and error. So if you can try to do it every day or every other day, just to get used to it and to get comfortable, you should get results after a while. And if you are new to meditation, what I suggest for you is to find some support, like an app. Personally, I really like the Headspace app. It works really well for me and I still use it. I still meditate with that app with my daughter. And there's also Eckhart Tolle on YouTube who offers free meditation, so you might like that. So you need to find what works for you. And if you're not really into calling in the guides yourself, or you're having trouble getting answers, I'm there. So if you need to book a session, you can go check on my profile. There's a link that leads to my Calendly to book a session with me. It can be via text, via audio, video, live, offline. I'm very flexible. You can choose what you prefer and I'll be very, very happy to help you. Thank you. Bye-bye.